Just leave it on the You want me to do it? Yep. I'm good there right now. I can go back and look at it.
morning, sunshines. I hope that you are well. I had to go find my coffee. Forgot where I left it in the garden. It has been a morning. As you all know, I can't neglect the veggie garden. I have to get over here at some point and take care of this side of the veggie garden. I no longer have any veggies on the other side, right? Because we dismantled those beds, but I still have this side. It's still a lot of beds, and I want to keep these beds. These beds are not coming out. I need to grow veggies for my family. As much as they don't eat enough, I still need to grow them, and I want to grow them. And once again, it helps me to supplement food for my animals too. Anyways, as you can see, some of the beds I completely pulled everything out. Some of the beds I left everything in, and some of the beds I might have left like a marigold or two. The reason being, and I needed to do this, is because something has been in this garden wreaking havoc, put in holes. We know it's either voles, moles, groundhogs, all the things, right, that participate in going to people's gardens. Rabbits, squirrels have been going crazy. They like burying their acorns in my beds that fall from that walnut tree. Well, oak tree, sorry, that fall from the oak tree. And so, yeah, it's just been a lot going on. But as far as the vole and moles that are trailing and digging tunnels, I really need to see what I'm going to do about that. And what I told my husband this morning was I was going to go to get, and I'm still going to go get some, what is it, chicken wire or the hardware cloth. The hardware cloth, it's also known as chicken wire, but the hardware cloth is a little different than chicken wire to me. So I want the hardware cloth. And my goal was to literally take all the soil out of every one of these beds, take the bed out, put the hardware cloth down, and then put the bed back. And I knew that that was going to be a lot of work. But what I'm discovering as I am going through these beds, there are some beds that they didn't touch. And most of those beds have the chives in them, which are the onion family, right? And so I'm coming up with a different thought because, listen, taking all these soils out of all of these beds is going to be a lot of work. I thought about how I was going to do it. I planned and everything. So if it comes to that, I will. But let me take you around and show you some of the damage that has been done within these beds. I'm going to show you the beds with the, let me just show you. So let's start right here. Now this bed only has marigolds in it. This is my cabbage beds. I did pull one out because I think slugs got to it. So go to the chickens, of course. We still have cabbage. For whatever reason, this bed has not been touched, and it does not have onions. So a lot of the beds up front have not been touched. It's the back beds and the ones I'll show you. This kale bed has not been touched. It also has oregano in it and marigolds. It has not been touched. They have not touched it. This bed right here has been touched because it's in the back, I'm assuming. But this side had tons of onions. Nothing trailed this side. But over here, I think right here, there's a hole. See that? Something dug a hole there. And I knew whatever was very active was active over here. That's why I put one of those things in here. It kind of like buzzes and supposed to like deter whatever. But I don't think it's getting enough sun. It needs sun. It's solar. I don't think it's getting enough sun. And so something was tunneling here. That's why the soil's so low, because all between here was tunneling. Other than that, this bed looks good. There is a tunnel right here, I see now. Okay, this bed right here has kale. There's no onions in this bed, and nothing has bothered this one. It has dinosaur kale in it, marigolds, nothing. Again, Swiss chard up front. It has sage in it, nothing to that bed. This bed has onions in it and marigolds. I do think something crawled up and ate the kale, and I don't mind that. I have so much kale in this bed, so that's okay if it. But I don't like the digging of the holes. I don't want you to eat all my kale either. It does have onions in it. This bed has not been touched. It had tomato plant. It has onions or the chives. I keep saying onions, but I'm talking about chives. Beautiful marigolds, and it had something else in there. And then This bed wasn't touched, but some of the stuff just needed to be ripped out anyways. This bed I'm keeping. Oh, this bed I kept too because it has some kale in it and it has some marigolds and it looks fine. No trailing. At first, my goal was I was going to come out here and rip the entire garden out, like everything out the beds, but I'm glad I didn't. I have celery in here. I have a coleus that looks so pretty that snuck in here. Marigolds, onions, basils. This is a marigold I cut all the way down. That bed is fine. Surprisingly, this back bed is fine. I don't know how they're picking and choosing beds, but I just don't know what to do about that. And then thankfully, nothing has touched my rose, and I had to stop to smell it. This Julia Child's rose smells so good. Recently, the reason I cut all the marigolds that were looking so pretty, look at the lamb's ear. The lamb's ear looks so good. My hedge is looking good. This is the recent activity. I didn't know what's happening because of all the marigolds. Now, I might come back and plant something else in here because I'm not liking the emptiness of. That's why I stopped. I was gonna pull out all the marigolds and I stopped and I left some. I don't. This is in the front too. We might plant something in here. So right down here you can see recent activity. I saw that the other day, and right here, look at that big old hole. So something's digging under there. This bed, same thing. So you get the point. We all know that this bed right here, they have been torturing. I don't see any recent activity up top, but the bricks are there and the pile of dirt is there because of that. Over here, these beautiful roses, but I don't think there's activity with trails in this one. I just think the squirrels are burying their acorns. As you can see, look at all the acorns. But these roses have tons of buds. I can't wait for them to bloom. Okay, so and we cut back our rose bush over here, and look at all the buds gonna be blooming. This bed right here, something just was eating all the collards. Hi y'all. So I just pulled everything out, and the sunflower needed to go. And this bed has been pretty much empty, so nothing's been trailing this one. Just eating the marigolds. That's it. And then I came over here and I cut back. I was surprised that I needed to do that, but my hibiscus turned yellow. I thought that I cut them back last year, but I thought that you can leave them up. But it might have been because we just recently got that cold day where I said it was a freeze warning and it dropped down to 32 degrees. I'm not sure. These are all snapdragons. They have no blooms on them. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about them. They look better and they're standing upright, but I gotta tell you, I was gonna pull them all out because when I first planted them, the first go around before I cut them all the way back to the ground, they were like laying down and I just didn't like how they were growing. But I'm gonna leave them for now. Um, the hydrangea row seems to be fine. I did think something was eating the hydrangea, the buds. This plant just looks beat up. This is a new hydrangea, but I think it was that day that we got the little cold day that dropped down to 32 degrees. Or will they have a problem with 32 degrees, the hydrangeas? Let me know. Nothing else seemed to have a problem. But over here, I had buds up here. It just something is. I don't know if I cut that or if it's or something ate it. I'm going to see. But yeah, so this is my reasoning for just pulling everything out. I needed to do an assessment. I needed to do a cleanup. And if I was going to have to pull all the soil out of these beds, I needed to start that soon because that was going to be a process. But I'm glad I did what I did. And what I'm going to do, I want to protect my soil. I'm going to cover the collard greens back up. I've been covering them with the shade cloth. And I cover my cabbages. They'll get covered back up. And I think that's going to be it. The chickens are going to get a great snack. I'm want to get these beds prepped for spring planting, and I'm glad to see that my soil did not drop a lot. I put these beds in about 3 years ago. So I did the Hugo culture method, of course, using logs and things. And when we digged up the other side, I told you all about that too. And when I dug it up, there was no sign of logs or anything. So I think I'm fully soil in these beds right now. And so I'm going to be, adding things to the beds to get them prepared, covering them, not leaving the soil exposed for too long. I don't want to do that. But yeah, so we don't have much in the garden, but we have quite a bit. And I'm glad about this cleanup. Oh, and I came over. I didn't touch the rhododendron, the purple gem rhododendrons. I didn't prune them or anything, but what I did prune were the I believe it's the Walker, Junior Walker catmint. I did prune those. That's what I did. So I went around. They had a lot of new growth, and I pruned them. This one didn't get cut as short, and this one on this side, this is the one that I didn't need to cut that too much. It stayed long, and this one looks great too. This one got cut quite a bit down, but that's what I needed to do. And I have so much for the chicken. So we have this pile right here, but oh, I also these onions. I was telling my daughter that I planted two type of onions. I planted the Spanish onions and I planted like white bulb onions. You guys are gonna hear talking because, as you know, my family, we out here working. Somebody's washing the dogs. My husband is moving the animals' food around. My son is helping him, like they're doing stuff. So, anyways, I don't know which, I already took in bulbin onions that were white, so I'm assuming these are the Spanish ones, but we're just going to use them as, green onions. We're going to use the tops. And so she has some ideas about some oil, and so we have that in the pile. So look at this, guys. This is a mum that came back in this container. Doesn't it look pretty? I love it. And I'm going to just leave it in there. Oh my gosh, it came back. Okay. And then, of course, we have a pile for the chickens. This was a plant. There's two of them. So I believe they're dead. But we planted these sage leaf willows over in the chicken run area. And they didn't do good there. I put them in the planter. Two of them survived. And I planted them in another part of the yard on the other side of the fence. So you probably won't see those. But these ones, they're dead, so I pulled them out. Um, this pile right here, this tomato I pulled out, that was like such a good tomato, those little orange ones I used to snack on. And then we just have all this for the chickens. There were green beans in there, and the green beans, yeah, I was done picking those. So some of this stuff might have kept going, but I just needed to do this to see. And then we have some chives. But I also got two squash. This little one and that one was hiding over there. And then we already kind of walked over here, right? Oh, we still have basil going. So it looks very clean. It looks very organized. And I didn't want to cut at first the nasturtium, but it was hanging so far down. And like I said, I wanted to see what was happening, the activity. So I cut them back. They'll grow back, but it's enough of them in here. So it's been a morning. Time to give the chickens their snacks. Cover back up my collard green bed. Actually, I think I'm going to come in. I have not fertilized. That is the one thing that I have not done a lot of this year. And I haven't had to. But I think I'm going to give these some fish emulsion today. But other than that, we are looking really, really good. So for some reason, I feel like I showed you all everything, but I didn't tell you my plan. So my plan is to divide the onions and make sure that they are in all the beds, the chives. And y'all, a vole or a mole literally just ran from over here over into the hole over there. Oh my gosh. So I said goodbye, but I came back to say this. Now you're going to see me say goodbye. But that's the plan. Just in case I didn't say it, because I feel like I didn't say it. I'm going to divide these chives that I have around here and put them in instead of digging up all this soil. Okay, now let's go to the end. Hey guys, so thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little peaceful cleanup. Not too much talking today because I needed to get some things done, and it is such a relief. And I just love it once you do a cleanup and clear things up. It's like after a while, the garden can feel cluttered. And once I, cut back things and do things, it feels so much better. Well, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment because I will talk back. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've done all three of those things. Thank you. If you haven't, please consider. Until next time, blessings. Bye.